Hello. How are you all doing? I do a show on the radio, and it's a good one. Anyway, yeah, I do a show on 101.1 The Source. My name is Joshua McCoy. My show comes on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. I think they replay it like Monday at 2 a.m. They don't like me very much over there, I don't think. Monday at 2 a.m. I never really understood that. But anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about why we're all here. I thought I was trying to come up. I've spoken to tea parties before. I've spoken to a lot of different groups, and I thought, you know, this many people in one room, something's really wrong with the country. We've all gotten up off our couch. It's amazing. And I kind of thought, you know, why are we all here? Why have we assembled this evening? And I was talking to my, tell me your name, I can't see your, I was talking to my new friend John down here. And he was saying how the Department of Homeland Security must be a little bit nervous now, all these crazy people who love liberty all in the same room at one time. I'm sure Janet Napolitano's really sweating right now. And I wanted to talk about, I was telling Cam Ward, what it is, it's a different attitude that we have since the election, since November 6th. Something changed on November 6th, I think. What we saw before November 6th, a country divided. You know, over here on the left you had a group of people who didn't pay attention, a group of people that didn't matter what you told them. They were going to vote for that man regardless. You could spend your entire life teaching them the truth. It does not matter. Over here on the right we had Mitt Romney, which, wow, what a great decision that was. Let's pick this robot guy. That was brilliant to go up against this great, you know, speaker. Really smart idea. So over here we had the right, and we divided ourselves. You know that. You know we did. We divided ourselves between Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, and it just got weird after that. And that is what destroyed us. And I think since November the 6th, we changed something. Something changed on November the 6th, and I've seen it. I've gotten emails. I've talked to listeners that called into the show and told me they see it too. It's an attitude change since November the 6th. It's no longer... What we heard before that was, we need to fix the country. We better do something. Something better change. What I'm seeing and hearing since November the 6th is, it's time to do this. We can no longer wait for this. We don't have time to wait. I think a lot of people thought, 4 more years of Barack Obama, we won't make it 4 years. I don't think we'll make it 4 years. I really do not see that happening. I am, you know, I'm not your typical prepper. I'm not the kind of guy who has a bunch of guns under my house. I wish I could afford that. If I could afford it, man, I would be the typical prepper. I'd have an arsenal below my house. But, you know, that's one thing I'm glad we got the prepper guys here, going to tell us all what to do. And I think one of the main reasons why we're all here tonight is because we, as I said, see something wrong. The Department of Homeland Security, the NSA, the DOD, the security state in our country has grown since... they say since 9/11, the 8 years, the Patriot Act, the George W. Bush, what he did, his executive order stuff. Obama said he was going to change all of that, right? He said he was going to get rid of the Patriot Act. And no more wiretapping, no more warrantless wiretapping, no more, we're going to change the agenda. All he did was just trump everything Bush did. From executive orders to the DHS to the NSA, he trumped everything this man did. And it's all because of us. It's because of the people in this room that they did that. It's not because of Joe Schmo on the street. They could care less what Joe Schmo... They want him to continue to go to Walmart, continue to spend his money, continue to swipe the card, continue to just do their thing, eat your food and pay your bills and be a good citizen. Meanwhile, people in this room, these groups are growing. And they know that. And because they're not stupid, they're preparing for it. So what I wanted to do was, I wanted to just kind of show you one of these ways, and I'm going to try to come to this real quickly. For those of you who've never heard of the Council on Foreign Relations of the Trilateral Commission, if you're good conspiracy theorists, hello, like a lot of you preppers are, and I consider myself to be, you know all about the Council on Foreign Relations of the Trilateral Commission. If you don't know, just to give you a little background, this is the group that really runs our country in a lot of ways. The CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations, they deal with things that go on in America. Even though it's foreign relations, I never really got that part. I don't really understand that. But they're really big on what goes on in America. The Trilateral Commission kind of does what goes on overseas, and then they mix the two together and try to control everything. The Council on Foreign Relations is generally divided into two schools of thought. You have the Brzezinski School, the guy with the weird name, as I refer to him, Zbigniew Brzezinski is his name. He's been a national security leader for every president, regardless of the party. It doesn't matter. Zbigniew Brzezinski's been there. He was there for Bush. He was there for Clinton. He was there for Carter. He's the guy who has been. It doesn't matter the party because the Council on Foreign Relations doesn't care about the party. The parties don't matter anymore. I think that's something we also saw on November 6th was that we got Mitt Romney versus Barack Obama. A lot of people said it was Coke versus Pepsi. It wasn't even that far apart. It was like Diet Coke and Diet Sprite. What? No, it was like ketchup and mustard, and then nobody understood. It was like Heinz ketchup and then that Hunt stuff. You know, the cheap little stuff that you don't like. That's pretty much what we have. We don't have Coke and Pepsi. Everybody keeps saying Coke. No, it's not. It's like Heinz and the cheap other kind of Heinz that you get from Mickey D's. We had no choice, and that was the point. We had Ron Paul. The Ron Paul movement died. Why? Because the media destroyed it. Or they split us all up. They forced us to vote for Mitt Romney. We had people who were going to vote for Ron Paul, but everybody was telling them, you don't need to do that. You need to keep with the party. Stay with the party. Everything will be fine if you just stay. In 4 years, you can vote for Ron Paul. In 4 years, you can vote for whoever this third-party guy is. But just this one time, stay with me. It didn't work. It'll never work. The Council on Foreign Relations is why it will never work. The CFR is divided, as I said. You have the Brzezinski School, and then you have the Kissinger School. Now, both of these two schools of thought inside this one organization is what rule our political system. Zbigniew Brzezinski's idea is to basically control you through this Edward Bernays program of manipulating you through the television, manipulating you through the radio, manipulating you through commercials, through the media. That was their whole idea, was to manipulate a society through the media. A lot of people say that's paranoid. I think you know it's not paranoid at all. You watch manipulation every single day. Commercials make you do everything. Brzezinski's idea was to use that to manipulate not only a society, but to manipulate an entire mass of people. You control them literally and put the pieces where you want it. He called his first book The Grand Chessboard. That wasn't something he did just as a whim. He did it because he knew it was a grand chessboard in his mind. The CFR is divided. The Kissinger School of Thought. War. Constant war. Always war. War will give you control. War will give you money. War will give you the economy. War will give you everything. That is the Kissinger School. The same Henry Kissinger who was back in the Nixon years. This guy's not dead yet. This guy's been wreaking havoc for decades and decades. That's his deal. These two schools of thought rule the CFR, the Council on Foreign Relations. For the first time in American history, every single person in Barack Obama's cabinet is a member of either the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, or the Bilderberg Group. Never before has every single person been a member of one of these. Most of them are members of all three. It's just churning. It's a machine. And it just churns out these lies after lies. And the reason Zbigniew Brzezinski does his thing and Henry Kissinger do their thing is because of the people in this room. Now, just to read you a quick thing, because I know other people are coming up here to talk. I wanted to read you a quick thing Kissinger said. This is recent. This is a 2012 interview with Henry Kissinger. Quote, "The United States is batting at China and Russia, and the final nail in the coffin will be Iran, which is, of course, the main target of Israel. We have allowed China to increase their military strength and Russia to recover from the Soviet Union. To give them a false sense of bravado, we have done this for them. The coming war will be so severe that only one superpower can win, and that is us. Not the USA, but the final victory for the global government." This is Kissinger's own words. This was January of 2012. He says, "That is why the European Union is in such a hurry to form a superstate. They know what is coming. The urgency tells me that they know full well that the big showdown is upon us. Oh, how I have dreamed of this delightful moment." That's a quote. Control oil and you control the nations. Control food and information and you control the people. It gets worse. Our young have been trained well for the last decade. on combat games and video games that prove war is power. It was interesting for me to see the new Call of Duty games come out, which mirrors exactly what is to come in the near future with its predictive programming. Our young people in the United States and in the West are prepared because they have been programmed to be good soldiers. Cannon fodder. That's a quote, cannon fodder. And when they will be ordered to go out into the streets and fight those crazy Chinas and Ruskies, they will obey their orders like good little soldiers. Out of the ashes we shall build a new society. There will only be one superpower left, and that one will be the global government that wins. The people lose, and they will always lose. That's Henry Kissinger, January 2012. That's been his idea. It's his game. It's his game, and it's Zbigniew Brzezinski's game, and they've been playing it since the death of John F. Kennedy. Pardon me for inhaling this. I got a runny nose. I'm going to read you one more from Brzezinski. This one's short. Zbigniew Brzezinski said this in a speech to the Council on Foreign Relations in 2011. In earlier times, it was easier to control 1 million people. Literally, it was easier for us to control 1 million people than to physically kill 1 million people. Today, however, it is infinitely easier to kill 1 million people than to control 1 million people. That's a quote. Now, here's my favorite part of this entire interview, because with Brzezinski, such a weird name. Mankind is now politically awakened and stirring. This is dangerous for the state. I like that part. This makes it much more difficult for us to control power, including the current leading world power, the United States. The American people awakening is a dangerous thing for the state. The American people awakening is a dangerous thing in general.
Praise God.
We are, in my opinion, we are the last-ditch effort. We are the last society, the last massive population of people who are hell-bent on staying free. That's it. That's as far as it goes for them. They know that this is their last true war is against us. A lot of people don't like me to use that word on the radio. They say that you should use the word war. It's not a war. No, it's a war. It's a war for information. It's a war for control. This is a war on every single level, and they know it. And they've known it for decades, and they're going to continue it. And in Kissinger's own words, the war that's coming, it's going to be bigger than anything we've ever seen. And I think, as I finish up, because I've been talking for a while, I'm going to give you one more little quick one here. As I said, the Department of Homeland Security, Jim Napolitano, what a joke. Can't stand that woman, I'm sorry. If anybody should be arrested, it should be Jim Napolitano. Can't stand her. Anyway, here's a little piece for you. The Department of Homeland Security is the SS. If you know anything about German history, you know anything about World War II history, the SS, the Schutzstaffel, the state security was the SS. The SS's job was to control information, to control the people, to control you, and especially to control the population, or a segment of the population that wanted to fight back. Everything the Nazis did is being redone now. Joseph Goebbels was the Nazis' PR guy. We would call it that today. He was at the head of their propaganda. Everything Goebbels did is everything Obama has been ordered to do. What he orders are Goebbels' words. Yes, we can. Teaching our children to sing songs. Yes, we can. 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 Joseph Goebbels was very clear. If you repeat the same slogan constantly and you bang it into their head nonstop and you teach it to the children first, it will become gospel. That's Joseph Goebbels' own words. You take the playbook of the worst tyrannical government in the history of the world and you just move it to the most powerful superpower at hand, the United States, and that's what they've done. And it doesn't matter the party. Why? Because the CFR controls the party. Now we have certain politicians right now who are trying to fight back against this power. People like Ron Paul. That's why Ron Paul was destroyed. That's why they're trying to manipulate his son. People like us are trying to put certain politicians in place to stop this from happening. We have one politician here tonight is going to be speaking, who is probably going to be attacked if he continues his fight for freedom. And we all know he will. So this is what they do. This is what they will continue to do. They will continue to attack people like me. And just to finish this up, I actually have been told that my information is dangerous, and that my radio show is dangerous, and that I need to lighten up a little bit. That was not told to me by the corporate people. That was not told to me by the people at our station. It was told to me by people who have worked in radio for decades and said, look, this is what works, this is what doesn't, what you do is dangerous and scary and you need to stop. Which is exactly what they tell you. What you're doing is dangerous and scary and you need to stop. Finish this up. This was written by, the Washington Post in 2011. The top secret world the government has created in response to the terrorist attacks of September 11th has become so large, so unwieldy, and so secretive that no one knows just how much money it costs. The secret world of surveillance and how many people it actually employs. Now, here's your quote. After 9 years of unprecedented spending and growth, the result is that the system put in place to keep the United States safe is so massive that its effectiveness is impossible to determine. In other words, as long as we just keep pumping money into this machine that says, put surveillance everywhere, put surveillance in Walmart, put cameras in the eyes of mannequins, put cameras everywhere, put cameras in the hands of children. Why not? Because kids will film you, right? I mean, put cameras in everybody's hands. Why do you think phones have cameras? It's not because they want you to take a picture and send it to your friend and look what I did today. No. So you can capture certain things, people like you and I doing dangerous things like we're doing right now. Now that's paranoid. Now, it's just paying attention. There's a big difference. All right. Yeah, you're not paranoid if it's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
It is just awareness, yeah. Good point. All right, guys, I'm going to finish up. I appreciate you listening. I more than appreciate you coming. And keep doing what you're doing, because this is proof it's working. Brzezinski's own words, the awakening of the American people is a dangerous thing for the state. And it is. Thank you guys very much. You can hear my show tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. You're fine.